All right, what is up, everybody?
Because once you're not part of the legacy media company, they're just gonna kick them off at the
You don't want to have any restream.
What is up, everybody? I want to see if anybody else joins this Google Cookout. It's gonna take some minutes. All right, anybody who's watching, what's happening? It's been a crazy week.
That was a quote. Our president, our president literally just quoted Joseph Stalin on television.
Well, why not? He's also fucking quoted Mao.
I mean, Jesus Christ. I saw this clip and I was like, how ravaged is your brain that you thought saying that was a good idea?
Oh, well, remember, he just read whatever they put on the teleprompter for him. So whoever wrote it.
Ooh, it is one hot day out here. Let's see the comments.
Who gets to count?
Yo, what's happening? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Cómo está? Where you from? My one viewer out there. How's your week going? Oh, come on. My phone doesn't want to work for me. They got too much on my Wi-Fi. Man, it is hot. Man, it is one hot summer out here in California, man. It's like in the 80s right now. I gotta cut the fan on. There you go. I wonder if anybody's gonna join.
Why doesn't Tucker just go out on his own? Let me give you an example of a Jen Psaki.
Yo, so excuse me, to my one viewer, what's the last show you saw?
And those engagements typically happen through members of our senior staff, but also members of our COVID-19 team.
Yeah, this thing is not really working.
Marcy conveyed this is a big issue of misinformation, specifically on the pandemic. In terms of actions, Alex, that we have taken, or we're working to take, I should say, from the federal government, we've increased disinformation research and tracking within the Surgeon General's office. We're flagging problematic posts for Facebook.
I'm sorry, what happened to my private company?
Private company, bro.
The federal government is literally fucking now flagging things for social media platforms.
Yep. That's crazy. I'm watching
Well, my point is that
Revenge of the Sith on my background. Pretty decent show. Talk about the latest cultural war issues of the day and all that. Man, where is man, it was working on Monday. Oh, come on, this thing works.
First off, I wouldn't run a restaurant. It's a money. It's terrible.
Margins on, you have to sell so much food, it's just the margins on food is so bad. Yeah, but you know, that's just, it needs more regulations, boys. I mean, just because you're a private business doesn't mean you can't.
I'm gonna have one of my guests come in like in a minute. There's something wrong with my internet. There's something on my phone. I don't know what's going on here. Alright, I'm gonna send this link.
Those are the bad doctors? Are those the white supremacist doctors?
Are you saying that the Biden administration, are you saying that President Biden is a flag?
Alright.
Yes, he is. Oh my God, yes.
They are out there false flagging everybody?
Two connected medical experts who are popular with their audiences with accurate information and boost trusted content. So we're helping.
You know what that was?
Boost trusted content.
I'm gonna send a link on my Facebook to get some of my Facebook friends to hop in. And so to my one viewer. So what have you seen in the last week or so? Like on Netflix, on on HBO Max, on Hulu, Paramount Plus, whatever. I'm gonna have a guest hop in just a minute. Waiting on LG Music to show up.
And that's why she hit that
Let's give her. Yeah, she'll show up in a few minutes. Just waiting on her to come up.
Questions. You got all the questions. The guy. She's turning into Joe Blue.
Get trusted content out there.
Man, where
We
is-
also created the COVID community board to get factual information
so much
into the
crap
hands
on
of local messengers. And we're also investing, as you will have seen, in the president's, the vice president's, and Dr. Fauci's time in meeting with.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. But you're the crazy people. You're the white supremacists. You're the evil people. Remember that. Remember that. No matter what you do, you're the bad guy.
And if you're Black Lives Matter, Antifa, if you're one of these people that's like trying to fucking burn down courthouses every weekend and get in a fist fight, I want you to understand this. And mark my words. We're all headed to the same fucking camps. So if you think that.
All right, here is Louisa. Here is Louisa.
Yeah.
What's happening?
That's not how it works.
Welcome
Hey.
aboard.
How you doing?
I can't hear you. Can you speak up a bit?
How are you doing?
Yeah, something over your mic. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Hold on.
Got you. I got you now. I can hear you.
Here, I'm gonna go inside. All right.
Alrighty, going. Alrighty. Seems like a hot day
Might be
out
able
there
to-
in Wisconsin.
What?
Seems like a hot day out there in Wisconsin.
Oh, it's beautiful out. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kitties are inside. Unfortunately, Cole has a bit of a cold, but I'm gonna treat it, and he's gonna get better.
Yeah. So Louisa, all right. I mean, you wanted to talk about Stephen A. Smith a few days ago.
Are you recording? What?
Yeah. 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 You're on YouTube.
Oh, you're gonna put this on YouTube? What the? My hair's not even.
Told you. You didn't know that?
God. Can you hold on just 1 second?
All right.
Just a second. Bye.
We're all going to the same camps. By the way,
Yeah. Let's give technical difficulties.
tougher and more masculine than you people of the left are. So then, you're going to come to the FEMA camps, and we're going to bully the shit out of you, because that's going to be our last attempt to ever have any kind of fun in our lives. It's going to be just bullying you people at the fucking FEMA camps. Like, oh, were you an Antifa guy? Oh, yeah, we're going to beat the shit out of you later. It's going to be hilarious.
Well, before we go break, I did want to play this. This is titled, this is from Bloomberg, looking for the perfect COVID-19 vaccine.
Making for the perfect
Actually ties
COVID.
into what you're talking
All
about.
right. Who's
Talking
here?
about
Anybody here?
and why
Guess
everyone
not.
who's not even right-wing, because there's a lot of people that are against this vaccine, even against censorship, that aren't right-wingers either. Check this out. Professor Sharp really wanted to go.
Oh, great. Just playing around my phone.
But thrice.
My eyes not gonna like this stream because of all the stoppage time, but
But 3 times this weekend, Fauci says there's a schism in America. It's a division, a split, a rift, a breach, a rupture, a break, a separation.
Really? Because we've just been calling it a difference of opinion for years. You're the ones that are spiraling about it. Like, check this out, right? Check this out. Hey Royce, let's go out to lunch later. I was thinking Wendy's.
Oh man, I just ate Wendy's. Why don't we do Taco Bell?
Yeah, I guess so. That's fine.
You know what? Let's meet in the middle. Subway it is.
You know what? Excuse me, French.
Wait, what? I just wanted tacos.
I just want tacos instead. It's not really.
What do you do on the Delta variant?
Variant.
No, the virus.
Variant, if you're in a part of America that's 70% vaccinated.
Now that's actually
greasy food and bad dishes. Oh
They have,
man.
like, no Delta variants or any of those. Well, all the vaccinations.
Well, watch what Scherberg or whatever his name is says.
Imagine no possessions. Alright, I'm gonna read this weird ass tweet I found on my Twitter. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. And no need for greed or negative emotions.
Well, forget
A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people.
Also, I like that.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Bloomberg School of Public Health.
How did Bloomberg get him?
Anybody here? What is up to my one viewer? My guest is fixing herself up, but anything you want to say about what you've seen on Netflix or HBO Now lately? Love to hear it.
I want you to take my money and build a
Oh,
children's
man.
hospital for all those little sick babies with bad hearts. I don't need the money anymore. They just die. They go to the nice little. And now it's just become like the school of public health and forced vaccinations and FEMA camps. And you're like, ooh.
Now it's because, yes, Mr. Burns, Yale could use an international airport.
It's really important to be
Who is
vaccinated
this?
there, but more generally it reflects the problem that we're having, having people living
Can I say something right
What
now?
do we do in the park?
Search that man's hard drive.
Now listen, this guy's pushing. This guy's Fred. He's pushing back on. I get that, but I asked the 70%.
Country that are 60, 70, or even more percent vaccinated. Do we just go on with our lives, or do we have to amend our lives because another part of America is down at 38%?
Oh no, he's not.
Thank you, Kurt Carlson.
They can't get
Setting
over
them
the
up.
last. Yeah.
He's setting them up to say, no, we need to kill all the people. Not working on Alabama.
Well, as long as there are places that are 38%, the places that are at 70 or 80 are going to be at risk. Now,
They're doing the same thing they do with gun violence in Chicago.
Well, let me start off.
Chicago has the best,
yeah.
has the tightest gun laws in the world. The reason there's deaths in Chicago is because a rural part of Illinois that doesn't is getting guns into them. That's what they're doing now with the virus. Always. It doesn't matter what you do.
people are vaccinated right now.
Yeah, you're bored? Yeah, I guess they're bored too.
Conditions that, the vaccine doesn't work so well.
Patience.
They're immunocompromised.
I thought the immunocompromised people then, by the transitive properties, were white supremacists. Because they won't take the vaccine.
I mean, seriously, like, what if these people are immunocompromised to some sort of condition they may do some sort of, maybe they may,
Alrighty, since we got some slow time, I recommend my audience this book, How Star Wars Conquered the Universe. The past, present, and future of a multi-billion-dollar franchise. Basically, this book explains how Star Wars, how George Lucas' Star Wars became the first big movie franchise. Basically, just off the fan base. Instead of nowadays, where it's mainly coming top down. Yeah, guys. If you guys don't know the movie industry, before Star Wars, there wasn't really a thing franchise, movie franchise. It was one movie. Yeah, it wasn't really a thing science fiction. Special effects. Star Wars. Star Wars is basically one of the first blockbusters that became really big, and then it influenced the whole movie industry of blockbusters after that. Pretty much. I'm sounding like I'm blagging, but yeah, let me show you the reviews of how Star Wars Conquered the Universe. This one's from Simon Pegg. Saying that British guy from the Mission Impossible movies, the Star Wars movies, the Hot Fuzz. Yeah, that guy. Here we say, it's impossible to overstate the cultural, social, even political impact of Star Wars. It stars a bomb for people wrapped by moral confusion, a juvenile bullhole for a nation with shattered self-esteem, but the blast wave of enthusiasm and love inspired was engulfed the planet. Culturally speaking, it's quite simply the Force. Chris Taylor's affectionate and hugely intended book tracks the phenomenon from obsession to dominance, and from Royal Smile asks us to look at the size of that thing. Yeah, it is. If you think about when the movie came out, it came out in the 70s, around the Jimmy Carter era. It was a malaise. It was a type of malaise back then. There wasn't much optimism in that period, and Star Wars gave people that hope. And then, a few years after Star Wars, then came the Reagan era. And Reagan brought an optimistic cultural message, and the 80s was like that, you know what I'm saying? The 80s was like full of this optimism, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't the blase 70s, and then like a whole lot of Star Wars influenced a whole lot of franchises. Like I mean, Indiana Jones, Ghostbusters, the MCU. I don't know the MCU. Ghostbusters, Terminator movies. Yeah, basically the big blockbuster came from like Star Wars.
This guy isn't even a man. He's not even
And that's how I feel about it.
female specimen.
Yeah.
Like you say whatever you want about the
I
Nazis.
wonder when she's coming back.
Like, oh, wait, Rommel.
Yeah, I caught her by surprise. Like I didn't. Yeah,
Who's the fighter?
I didn't tell her I was making this
You know
on
what I mean?
YouTube.
Like,
Yeah,
these things, like,
I should have
like,
communicated more clearly.
You know, marching and stuff. Like those Nazis were fucking at least looked badass. These Nazis fucking suck, dude.
Yeah, what's happening, man? Anything you want to say? Anything you, any movie you've seen lately, or anything you want to talk about from my one viewer out there?
Show up, Hugo Boss, literal fucking skulls on their uniform and shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, "You're coming with us," and I'd be like, "Yes, okay, yes, sir." Jesus Christ, you guys are terrifying. As soon as you knocked on my door, I was terrified. These guys are just. These guys are.
But as a whole, the healthcare
Louisa.
system is not going to be torpedoed.
All right.
Sorry,
I'm back.
I apologize for not letting you know it's going to be on YouTube.
Yeah, just kind of cut that part out.
Yeah, I would.
All right. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, what you think about let's talk about the latest like news stories this week. I mean, you heard about the whole like Cuba thing, right? Like Black Lives Matter in Cuba. Like basically they took the
Yeah.
side of the Cuban government over.
Sounds like a very Black Lives Matter. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not, like I said. I think you already know how I feel about them.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I'm not surprised
You
at all
know-
neither. Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing. If they, if they really cared, let's say they're like, if they say they cared as much as they do,
Yeah.
You know,
all the rest of us fucking.
wouldn't they, they should speak up. They should speak up a little bit more for the Cuban people. If they say they cared for others and for like, hey, we care about people, we care about equality, we care about people. Speak up for the people who need it. Speak up for,
Yeah.
others.
Oh, I gotta tell you,
They're not.
Pitbull dropped a video yesterday, like, basically saying like he wants like all the like the rich people, like the Jeff Bezos the Black Lives Matter, all come together to liberate Cuba.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. There are other countries that have it a hell of a lot worse than this country does. But most people in this country just don't really even know about that. Hold on, just
Yeah.
1 second. What is it, kiddo? What is it, kiddo? Just one second. One second.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, that's your kitten?
My kitty, it's Onyx. He's actually grown.
Oh, Onyx got big.
Yeah, here. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah.
Aw, so cute.
He's a panther.
Aw,
He's my little
look at
panther.
Onyx. Green
You
eyes.
want to go in? He's my little black panther. What is it,
Yeah.
kiddo? You want to go down for a little bit?
Look at that. You get a cute cat in the stream too.
And now I got another little wild cat too.
Oh, what's her
Poor
name?
Cole has a little bit of a cold, but
Oh, that's cute.
yeah, they're both. He's like a Canadian lynx.
Oh.
Well, he's not a lynx, but he's got like the power. He reminds me kind of like a bigger. He has like a wild like look because of like he's got like kind of like the stripes and he's kind of got like a little bit of the wild look.
Yeah.
I mean, I love both of them, but like
That's adorable.
he's so much bigger. He's got like a stockier
Yeah.
like build, and they wrestle a lot. They really go at it.
I think they're
be
competitive for
honest.
your attention.
What?
They're competitive for your attention.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
I mean, you already know. I mean,
You know-
like, I come from a big family myself. We always compete for, like, mama's attention. I mean, like, when there's, like, a couple of kids, and, I mean, and then another thing is I used to have, like, a lot of dogs. A lot of dogs that compete for
Yeah,
like their mom's
animals. I
attention.
think just in general, pets they need that. They need that attention, and
Yeah, they're like us. They're like us humans. They need that attention
yeah,
too.
they need. You can't just not give animals. Not just leave them at home. They'll that they're like, hey, so you just bought me, but what the heck, I
Hmm.
mean.
Yeah.
Also the fact that people, what drives me crazy is that people buy them, right? And then they'll just take photos of them. I take photos of them, but they don't want to take care of them. They don't want to
Yeah.
take time out of their day
No,
to
no, no.
feed
See,
them,
yeah, yeah. You want to
clean
take photos for
them.
the Instagram cloud.
They just don't want to. Well, that's if that's all they want to do. Okay, fine, but what else? What else
Yeah.
do you want to do? Like I
Yeah.
lived
I
with a
mean, me,
guy.
like, because of the type of apartment I'm living in, I can't have a pet. So,
This
yeah.
guy I lived with had a huge dog, right?
Mhm.
Beautiful dog, but he didn't really even want to take care of it. And
Yeah.
my thing is like, dude, it's a freaking this dog shouldn't even be living
Yeah.
in an apartment with how big it is. This is like it's half Sherman Shepherd, half husky,
Oh, damn. That's
and
huge.
in a tiny little apartment. And not
Yeah,
only that,
I gotta tell you, yeah, okay. Yeah, I gotta tell you, my mom has a cute dog, like a mini Doberman. Oh my god, it always tags around you. It always tags along my mom. It always like tags onto me. That dog
yeah,
always wants attention.
yeah, like animals. I love them dearly, but if I had, when I lived in an apartment, I wasn't about to get, a dog. I wouldn't because, there's just not enough room
Yeah, didn't you get a
for them.
hamster called Mozart when you lived in
Oh, yeah.
DC?
Mozart was like, oh, God, he was so cute. I hated taking him back, but, I'm like, uh,
Yeah,
you keep going back to the picture of, to the continent of Africa.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about something. Have you heard of the whole like Free Britney thing? Like, I mean, you heard of the Free Britney movement,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been wild this week. Like that guy Matt Gates popped up on Wednesday. And that guy got a
Like I,
whole lot
yeah, I was
things
gonna
going
say,
on.
I don't know. I believe this is what I believe. My brother is an attorney for real.
Yeah,
He's an attorney, and I always believe innocent until proven guilty.
yeah,
Innocent. There's innocent until proven guilty. I'm not saying he did, but I'm not saying he didn't. You know,
yeah.
if if he did, then shame on him. Then like these people that do that shit are the worst are just
Yeah.
terrible people.
Yeah, I
But
mean the
if he
thing is,
did,
like from what I was saying, I saw you gotta see the Tucker Carlson interview with him. He really he was acting real like real swervy. You know what I'm saying? He was acting real like he was hiding something.
but you know
I
who
mean, yeah, and the
also,
thing is, Tucker Carlson said like that was the weirdest interview he ever did. So
but
yeah,
you know who's also really shady to me is Governor Cuomo.
yeah, and he basically nipped that thing in the. See, that's the way politicians are going to handle like that type of Me Too accusations now. Just
If you're
basically,
gonna punish Gates, punish Cuomo too, because people came forth and said something, but nobody's punishing Cuomo for this. Are you serious?
yeah.
Are you serious now?
Yeah, yeah, but
Come on.
the thing is, like, Gates is under serious investigation. It was started by the Trump admin too, so yeah.
Well, yeah,
I'm just
but
saying, I'm just bringing that up because like that was a sidetrack from like the whole Free Britney thing, because he was trying to get himself like some clout with
and
the
I'm not saying Matt Gates didn't do it, but I'm saying be fair. Quit protecting Democrats just because they're Democrats. Quit protecting people based on their political views. Stop doing this.
yeah.
You know?
I mean,
Quit.
yeah. The thing is, like, I mean, it's just biased. Everybody's just so biased now. There's no objectivity. There's no fairness. There's none of that. I mean,
Quit
yeah,
protect.
and the thing
Yeah.
is, like, there used to be a fairness doctrine. There used to be like I mean, the FCC used to have a thing called the fairness doctrine, where both points of view had to be considered. But nowadays, like, since that got rid of, it's like everybody is like trying to be as partisan as they can for clout and clicks
Well,
and power and all that, and just be biased.
you know how it's the biggest slap in the face to people that to women that have actually been to people that have actually, been assaulted and actually went through it. Because, you know, it's not, it's people that have actually been assaulted. It's like the first thing guys are not going to tell you is, oh, by the way, I'm a Democrat. Oh, and I'm going to do this. No,
But I gotta
I've been,
tell you, some Democrat donors do get in big trouble though. Like Weinstein, Harvey Weinstein. He got in big trouble. I mean, he's like one of the biggest
oh,
donors
yeah,
of the party.
yeah. I mean, yeah, he was, yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm not saying, listen, I'm not saying all Democrats. I'm not saying all
Yeah.
Democrats
That I'll
have,
tell you what. Al Franken dropped out when he got accused of sexual harassment. I mean,
yeah. But what I'm saying is, if it does happen, be fair about it. Like, pull the, don't hold back. Like, don't just be like, well, I mean, I'm not saying that, like I said, I don't know. I've never met
I
Matt Gaetz.
recommend doing some research into him. Like Matt Gates got a whole lot of things going on about him. I mean, the
Well,
thing is, like, he comes across as like he comes across as a big Trump bootlicker. He's like a
yeah, well, there's coming across as that, but meeting them in person is like a whole different thing. Like I said,
Yeah,
I
I mean, I
never
got
met them.
various sources that told me about it. Like even Republicans, like they don't like that guy. I mean, they're very quiet about that guy. Notice they're very quiet about his allegations. Like compared to like when Trump was getting all these allegations, like you heard a lot more people speaking up. But now, like everybody's on the quiet. But
Well, I mean,
yeah, yeah. But
they're
Louisa,
not.
Louisa, I gotta tell you, like we're going like in way in like a political discussion. Like I want to talk about free Britney. Yeah, the thing
Well, yeah,
is,
but
yeah. Go ahead.
Matt Gates. Okay, the Matt Gates thing can be pushed aside. All right, the Matt Gates can be pushed
Yeah,
aside, but
yeah, yeah.
end note. But like with an end note on it, my thing is, if you're going to convict one party,
Yeah,
convict
yeah,
the
yeah,
other
fair,
party,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
both parties of wrongdoings. But free Britney thing, I don't really pay attention to celebrity stuff,
Yeah.
but all I can say is like, you know, with the whole Britney thing, I honestly, to me, it's kind of weird.
It's weird. I mean,
Um,
that's the way I think about it. Like, it's like a. I mean, the thing is, it's more than like a celebrity issue. It's like a human rights issue. Cause it's
it's like I don't like I'm sorry, I like Hollywood is this is the thing. Like what? I don't even get
yeah.
like
I
seriously.
mean,
I
but
mean,
I'm guessing that type
I
of judge is like a Louisiana judge. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them
I
Southern
think
judges that gave her father more power. I mean, because they. I mean, the thing is, in the South, they're more traditional, so they take the word of the man over.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
I think like I said, I think the whole thing is just kind of weird and strange,
Yeah.
but I think Brittany has to get that all like, worked out so she can just get her, like she's old enough. She's older than me. She's
Yeah,
got
she
to get
said
it
she's
worked
she's
out.
older than
She
me.
has an
She's like
attorney.
38 years old. She's
Yeah, she
38
has an
years old and
attorney.
basically under the custody of her father has control over like all her finances and all of that.
But, I was going to say like, it's a lot of this in my opinion. I think some of these like crazy like all these celebrities and music like these people, it's not just the finances, it's not just this. It's like mental. A lot of these people have like
Yeah. I mean,
they're,
the thing is,
they're
when you
it's
grow
like
up
their
around that
mental
industry, you
it's
grow up
kind
like
of
you have a very distorted view of the world. I mean, you grow up very
yeah,
fast.
and they have different like they may have like views that not people not somebody like you and me would like normally think
Yeah.
like, oh well, that's
Yeah.
why
Oh,
I don't
I gotta show you this
Hollywood
one
as
tweet. I
like
gotta show you this one. I want to read you this one message I got from a producer from the Ellen Show. Yeah, his
God, I
name.
can't
Yeah, I'll read it to you. His name is Andy Lassner. I'll read it to you. Give me one
I
second.
cannot stand Ellen. I can't stand her. She's like Drew and I Drew and I make jokes and about her all the time.
Yeah.
She's so, oh God, she's like a, what did we say? What did we say about her? She's just, ugh.
Yeah, let me read it to you. Hey man, just read your bio. Honest question: can one be liberal and somewhat libertarian? Sometimes I try to research what libertarians believe, and I find myself agreeing with many things. And I answer to them, yeah, liberals used to live and let live, libertarians until the last 5 years. Oh, I could tell you that for sure. The way Bernie followers act and come for me on the daily pushes me more and more to the middle. Thanks, man. That's why I hear a lot of people say, I realize I am not very progressive. Maybe I'm just getting older. Then I told him, you made a great point about Antifa months ago. You shouldn't let that far left bully you. And he said, thanks. I regret taking it down. I can't be a pussy. As you see, he admits he can be a bit of a pussy. So basically, like, he's with the hive mind because he's scared. He's scared of backlash. He's scared of getting called out by them, by the far left. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm tired of hearing this ridiculous. Like, yes, there are. Like, I'm sure there are a lot of conservatives in Hollywood, but at the same time, they're afraid to speak out. They're afraid. They don't want to lose their jobs and they don't want to lose their reputations. And but in terms of losing your jobs or losing your reputation, that inside, that kind of it just doesn't feel right. You're not I just
Yeah.
just thinking about, like, you shouldn't have to feel like you shouldn't have to live somewhere or feel like you shouldn't have to feel, in a sense, boxed in.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to feel boxed in just based on your beliefs, political beliefs,
Yeah.
or something
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, the thing is, like, yeah, the thing is, people are soft. People are too soft nowadays. I mean, there's no, like, the thing is, when I say things on social media, I don't really care what anybody else thinks. I
Yeah.
just say what I say, and I let the
I
chips
mean,
fall where they may.
yeah,
But
I mean,
a
happened
lot of people worry
before.
about, like, oh, I don't want to get fired, or I don't want these people coming after me, and da da da
Yeah.
da. But the thing is, Antifa will harass you. They will, like, dox you, find out where you live, and do all the, yeah.
I mean, look what happened to Gina Carano. I mean, Gina Carano, all these other
Yeah, she
celebrities,
got fired, yeah.
they were the ones that actually spoke up.
Give me a second.
Now, I mean,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
definitely.
And the thing is, Gina Carano didn't really say anything that differently than Pedro Pascal, but she got fired because of her politics.
I'm not. It's now. It is like. It is different here, but at the same time, I would never, ever feel, like I would never feel like I need to hide my views here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like where I live
Yeah, I
at
mean
the
the thing is, the Wisconsin is. I mean you're from like what, like northern Wisconsin, like middle Wisconsin, like by Green Bay.
no, I'm from, like, yeah. I mean, I mean, like,
Oh,
I'm
you from
more
Elkhart, like Elkhart
northern.
Lake?
I'm more northern Wisconsin, but the point is, the point I'm trying to
Yeah, yeah,
make.
yeah. The point is, like, the politics are a bit different. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, because in
Yeah,
northern Wisconsin, like, most people there are like German, Scandinavian, so it comes out different than like Hollywood, which is like, yeah, honestly, yeah, it's very Jewish, and I mean, yeah, it's different.
no, I mean, and at the same time, here it's the Midwest.
Yeah,
Yes, this is the thing. It is the Midwest. And I don't think it really has a lot to do with the fact that they're Jewish. It's the fact that Hollywood feels like they have to repair
yeah.
and for the mistakes for so long ago.
That and
Because,
another thing, I gotta tell you, Louise, another thing is because I live in, yeah, it's another thing, they're pandering to China. They're pandering to the
yeah.
Chinese market.
Oh, look, we were so racist in the 1950s, and we were the things that we did and played on movies. We didn't hire blacks. We didn't hire a lot of Mexicans and a lot of Asians. So now we have to force diversity. We have to hire more. We have to purposely
That's
do
the
this.
problem, the forced diversity. Yeah, yeah, because the
And
thing is, it's not natural, it's forced. I mean, like, basically, I mean, they're not even creating, like, new characters anymore. They're just trying to, like,
yeah,
change the race of the established property. You know what I'm
like
saying? Like, make a
we have
black Human Torch, or, yeah.
that live. We have black people that live here. We have people of all different races that live here, even though it's predominantly German and predominantly Northern European. But the point I'm trying to make is like here in northern Wisconsin, we don't have a sense of we don't kind of think like that. We think more of like you don't have to feel sorry for things that you didn't do. You don't have to feel
I gotta tell you the thing, Louisa. I gotta tell you about Midwesterners. The thing is, they're more earnest. They're a lot more earnest about what they say compared to like Californians. Like you gotta like think in the back of your head. There might be something behind what she's saying. Like she might have a hidden agenda or something.
Yeah, like and then the one thing about Hollywood is like the stereotypes will continue. They will continue the more with the forced diversity, with all of that. They tend to continue. They don't think about that.
I'm gonna tell you why they're doing that, because they noticing like more people of color watch TV than white people do, so they're trying to like reach out to that market. That's all it is at the end of the day. It's capitalism marketing.
And it doesn't make good TV. It just makes it
okay. It doesn't.
Look,
to be honest, like our generation is not that creative. Like millennials and below, like we're not that creative. We're stuck.
It's just
yeah.
It's my thing is like how about you just turn off the TV for once? Go here, like and here in Wisconsin, it's like go fishing, go do something,
Louisa, let me ask you, have you ever seen a show based in Wisconsin? I can't even think of a show based in Wisconsin. The last show I could think of that was based in Wisconsin was Step by Step. That was a TGIF series from ABC.
Well, there was actually a lot there was more in the 70s. Happy Days was actually...
Yeah, Happy Days was Milwaukee.
Wisconsin. There was also...
Laverne and Shirley.
Laverne and Shirley, based in Wisconsin. There were earlier ones. But yeah, there were...
Louisa, if you pay attention to like most of like new shows, most of it's coming from like coastal cities. It's coming from like New York, LA, San Francisco, a lot from like some series from Seattle, some series in Miami. But you're not going to see anything in like Wisconsin or Iowa or like Illinois or Missouri. You don't see it. Or no, Ozark. I'm wrong. Ozark. Yeah, Ozark was Missouri, but yeah. Anyway.
How many shows?
Or Atlanta, a lot of Atlanta too. But go ahead.
Here, I gotta show you something too. Show you something. Look at the backyard. I gotta show you the backyard.
Show me the backyard.
This is literally. Oh, you probably can't hear due to the farm, but. Sorry about this. It's a little loud because of the lawnmower, but...
Oh, yeah, that's nice. So green.
Yeah.
It is so green. I bet it's humid out there too, ain't it?
There's farmland too, and on the other side, there's a man who's has chickens, cows, farming. How many shows do you know where it's about a man who lives on a farm?
I can't think of it. Green Acres.
Oh, and how many shows do you know where the farmer is black?
Yeah, they don't do that many shows about farmers. You don't see shows about rural life in America. It's all about like the urban, coastal, cosmopolitan.
Did you know that there are black farmers around here too?
Oh yeah, trust me, I got family in Alabama. There's a lot of black farmers in Alabama. There's a lot of black folk that live in rural areas in Alabama. It's all over the South.
How many shows in Hollywood? And how many shows in Hollywood would put that up?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you'll never see a show about a rural Alabama, rural Mississippi, Alabama black person who doesn't listen to rap, mainly plays blues, and mainly dresses a lot differently. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to see that.
And these guys will get up. And one of the reasons I have a lot of respect for these people, and I'll tell you why. These people will get up and at 4:30 in the morning to clean up cow.
Yeah.
They will clean up cow shit up straight up. I'm straight up on it. Being like, we'll clean up cow poop and, just feed the cows, feed the chickens, the tractor. Like,
Speaking of poop, man, that's way too much homeless. Oh man, I'm so glad I was starting to clean up the homeless doo doo, but you saw like every time I walk around like the Walk of Fame, you see like doo doo all on the Walk of Fame.
Like I said, I'm not not to get too literal, but what kind of stuff? This is stuff that people don't want to do.
Yeah.
But they will.
They don't. Yeah.
Every single day to do this. Every single day to do this.
And the sad part is like those type of people are getting disrespected by the media. Yeah, they're disrespecting them. I mean, because they're out of touch. I mean, because they're coastal elitists. They don't really think about that type of life because they got the degree, they got the nice job at a finance or a journalism company. So
and I'm like, and that the food that you eat, like the burgers, all that food that you eat, is made from cow meat. Is made from the meat of the burgers of or chicken or your egg sandwich.
Yeah. The Midwest is the breadbasket of the U.S.
Are you kidding me? These people work hard so you can eat. All of that stuff. And for God's sakes, California is one of the largest agricultural states. A lot of people don't know that too.
Yeah, especially Central Valley.
Outside of Los Angeles, there's a lot of agricultural farming there. Yeah. And the fact that California disses, and makes all these farmers farming.
I gotta tell you, it's really San Francisco. It's the Bay Area. It's Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley has gotten got a very big head in the last 10 years. Like where all the tech. I mean, look at this way, Louisa. Twitter, Facebook, Google, Silicon Valley. It's all the Bay Area. I mean, it's the Bay Area culture. I mean, it's basically Bay Area elitism. They're very elitist.
Yeah, I mean, had it not been for these people, people would not, you would not be, this is where it all started. This is where it all started. So, I mean, it drives me crazy, I mean. I
gotta tell you, in California, Southern Californians don't really like Bay Area people. Bay Area people don't really like us. There's a bit of a rivalry there. We're not really connected like most non-Californians think we do. We were settled differently. I gotta tell you, Louisa, the thing is, the Bay Area is different from LA because LA is a lot more Mexican than the Bay Area is. The Bay Area is a lot more Chinese, Indian. Yeah.
Here we have farmers that are not just white, that are black, that are Hispanic, that are of all, but people from places like Los Angeles would not know that because I doubt they would even want to come here.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know the other. I mean, but the thing is, a lot of rural folk think a lot of Californians are a bunch of fruits and nuts, but there's a lot of normal people out here too.
And down the street, we have families from India and a couple from Pakistan that live right down the street from me. Very nice families. But once again, no. Here up in northern Wisconsin, we're just a bunch of, racist, bigoted, white people.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad. Sadly, the media makes money off this division.
This is the thing. A lot of it is the media.
It's a profit motive.
A lot of it is, what I think is people need to get out a little bit more and experience for themselves and stop listening to the media so much and understand that there's more to life than what they see on TV. And not just the U.S., but get outside of the country. Go to a different country.
Trust me. I gotta tell you, Louisa, the folks who watch CNN, NPR, The Guardian, all that stuff, they don't really look at the other side. They don't really look at like how Middle America is. They only see Middle America as a bunch of ignorant backwoods hicks or rednecks.
Yeah, my thing is go to a different country, spend time there too. Not just some of the states, but like go somewhere else and experience it and see for yourself.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
Louis. The thing
what's
about
a different
Midwesterners
culture
is
like?
they don't really care about the race that much, about the character. You know, it's more about the. I mean, the
Yeah,
thing, yeah, they're pretty earnest out there. I mean, I like Midwesterners for the most part. I mean,
yeah.
I gotta tell you,
Midwest.
Louisa, from my experiences, the nicest people tend to be Midwesterners.
Yeah,
They tend to be. I mean, Southerners, they're nice, but then they'll stab you in the back too. I mean, East Coasters, I mean, you live in the East Coast, they're the worst. And then then on the West Coast, we're super fake. You
oh
don't
God.
know like what we really mean when we say something.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. I think that when people look at things like the Midwest, they get this idea like we're just like I was born in Des Moines, Iowa, right?
Yeah.
When I when I moved to Los Angeles, first thing people thought is like, first of all, I grew up on a farm. And second thing is, do you milk cows? Did you do this? Do this? Did you do this? And my thing is, well, no, I didn't grow up. Yes, there are a lot of farms, but I didn't milk cows. I didn't do this. But I could be like, if I was going to say something to you, is, I could have said all the stereotypes,
Yeah.
but I don't list the stereotypes.
Louisa, I
Like,
gotta ask you something. You ever thought of like making a YouTube channel, like making like rants and all that stuff, talking about like how the Midwest actually is? You know what I'm saying? Like refute the bullshit coming from the coastal elites.
I don't really bother as much with it, but I will say this. We, um, I'm not much of
I
a,
gotta tell you,
I mean,
because
I'll watch YouTube.
wait,
What?
I gotta tell you, because
No,
it's very healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, everybody got a voice now. You know what I'm saying? This is 2021. Everybody has a
I,
voice.
oh yeah, no, I mean, I do have a channel. I just haven't really posted. I don't think
Yeah.
I've posted any videos on it, but I think I've met people who've come here, and a lot of people come, believe it or not, from the South, and they tend to say they enjoy it so much because they say the people here are so nice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, what I say is like, we don't have, we don't really judge people. We don't really have this, we don't really look at people like they have to have a certain kind of look or a certain kind of, the first thing we don't really like, personality is important here. If you're a nice person, that's good. Yeah, and in terms of like politics, you can be a conservative here without being looked at as a bigot, or you can be a Democrat here too, and you won't be looked at as some tree hugger or like freaking
Yeah.
something, or what's the example
Well,
of crazy
one of those
American.
activists, social justice warriors, woke justice
Yeah,
warriors.
no, yeah, you can be both. And trust me, I'm friends with both. I have friends who are Democrats. And for example, my mom is a Democrat, right? I still love her to death. My sister's a Democrat, love her to death. And I have friends who are hardcore leftists.
Yeah.
But this is what I've always believed. It's important to be friends with people, to just push aside the politics, even if you don't agree with them, but get to know the person and try to understand that politics.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. The thing is, I try to like detach myself from politics too, but then like it's hard to avoid. It's everywhere in the media.
Like this is the thing. Yeah. Now, if the person's a jerk, then stay away from them.
Yeah.
If the person's racist or something like that, stay away from them. Yeah. But try to disconnect them from that. Try to disconnect that from the political view, because not all people who share the same political views are like that person.
Louisa, I want to tell you something. I want to tell you where my political genesis come from. Like where my thought. I mean, it came from punk rock. I mean, the thing is, like when I was a kid in the '90s, like I grew up listening to the Dead Kennedys and stuff. And Joe Biafra, he always talked about like politics. Talk about like California Morales, like basically like corporations are trying to control us and all that. Like I mean, it basically have like a very like
Mhm.
anti-corporate bias. Anything that
Yeah.
corporations for, I'm against usually.
It, yeah, and my political, I never really had much of a political view growing up, but what I believed is just treat people how
Yeah,
you would want to be treated. And if you ever do get into politics, try to separate that from how you treat other people.
yeah,
They may not agree with you on a lot of certain things, but that doesn't mean you can get to know them as a person. And if they're not nice to you, then you don't have to be friends with
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah, and it also came to me like free speech absolutism. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because if you remember, let me say, if you remember the Iraq War era,
mhm,
basically everybody had to have the same opinion. If you said anything like the Iraq War is a bad idea, you got called a traitor. You got called anti-American. I mean, that was like the Bush period. So that's
mhm.
why like being a free speech absolute stuck to me. Like you know what I'm saying? Like having like two strong like always having like strong points. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody being free to say whatever they want instead of being censored. That's why I'm really big against like this whole Facebook, like you know what I'm saying, like this whole misinformation censorship. They basically trying to shut people off the conversation.
We need to learn how to understand how important it is to um just to not be so, to just attack people. We can't just keep
Yeah, be
attacking.
open minded. Yeah, be more open minded. I know what you're saying, like open
We have to
minded.
be more open minded. We don't have to talk about politics. We don't have to talk.
Yeah,
That's just something that has to be brought up in conversations. You know, like for example, there's things that I like that I just put like things that like hobbies, for example. Like my mom is a Democrat, a leftist, and we just stopped talking about politics completely because we disagree.
yeah. That's
But
simple. I mean, it's simple as that. I mean, the thing is, that used to be the rule like 20 years ago. You didn't talk about
yeah,
politics because politics is very divisive. But a new generation of millennials came in and like, we want to change the world. We want to politicize everything. I mean,
you know what?
it came from us, really. Like,
Yeah,
it came from our generation. Our generation want
and
to like, we want to change the world. We you
yeah.
know.
And one of the things that we do is we go shopping together. And the less we started talking about it, I think the closer we got.
Yeah.
We go shopping together. We hang out.
Yeah, because
We
I don't really talk about politics with my mom. I mean, she's a Democrat. She's an ancestral Democrat. She votes Democrat because her parents voted Democrat, and their parents voted Democrat. And he talked to me like, you vote Democrat or you're not black enough.
Yeah, I mean, you don't. It has nothing to do with skin color,
Yeah,
really.
and
And
I gotta tell you that I gotta tell you. I mean, we only got 5 minutes left. I mean, one thing is like the whole when Black Lives Matter is talking about whiteness, they're talking about the culture, not really like the skin color. They're talking about
mhm,
like the Anglo Protestant culture that founded this country. That's what they're talking
mhm.
about. They're not talking about like skin color.
Like, if you want, this is how I see it. If you want to talk about the past and how the past has been for
Yeah,
black people and for Hispanics, like back in the 1940s and the 1950s, that was terrible.
yeah,
Those were the things. I didn't think it was right. I didn't think segregation was right. I think it was terrible. But guess what? Is it terrible for you now? No.
yeah.
Is it like
Let me make one point. I mean, because the thing is, like, Candace Owens is really hated, yet Steve Strong King is really liked by Black Lives Matter. If you see, it's not about skin color. It's all about really like culture, ideology, and shit. It's like a political.
mhm.
Blackness is basically like a political ideology. Be real with
Yeah,
you.
I mean, I think that we have to quit, although the past was absolutely terrible, we have to kind of learn from our mistakes
Yeah, I gotta drop in
and
Kaepernick too in the discussion, just because we have a few minutes left. And the thing about Kaepernick, I mean, the thing is, like, if you see the leaders of the BLM movement, they all tend to be like very light skinned. They all tend to be like very light skinned black people. Because the thing is, like, they're overcompensating. That's what they're doing. Like, they're overcompensating their blackness. Because the thing is, like, in the community, they're not really seen as black enough. So, like, I mean, basically, like like lighter skinned mixed folks, they overcompensate their blackness.
I think, people need to just understand that it shouldn't be about color in general. It should just be about who you are as a person.
Culture. The thing, it's
We're all
culture.
we're all human beings. Treat each other like human beings.
Yeah.
That's it. How I think. Treat each other like human beings.
Yeah.
We're all Americans. And for other countries, guess what? We're just humanity. Start treating people like human beings. Quit attacking each other based on our skin color. This is just an organ. You know, you can't help the fact that you were born black. I can't help the fact that I was born like this is my skin color. I can't help the fact that I was born with curly hair.
Yeah, I say castiza, light Latina.
Yeah. Well, my mom.
I mean,
is,
me, like, I'm
like,
technically, like, I'm 1/4 white. I'm 1/4, like, British, like, Irish, and French.
yeah.
My people's from Louisiana. I'm a bit, I'm a
Point. Can't help how you were born. White people can't help the fact that they were born white. Hispanic people cannot help the fact that they were born.
See, Louisa, the problem is we don't have a shared national story culture anymore. Everything is split. There's like Red America, there's Blue America, there's Trumpers, there's BLM, there's Antifa. Yeah, it's like Yugoslavia now. I mean, the thing is, like, our current U.S. is like 1990s Yugoslavia. If you think of Yugoslavia, you think of like Serbs and like Croatians and like things like that. That's where we are now. We're at like that Yugoslavia period. It's sad. It's sad, but it is what it is.
Yeah, start treating each other like human beings, and quit attacking each other like we're like we just can't like each other, or we're like somehow one race is the enemy, or one race is this, or one race is the enemy. Because no, we're not.
Yeah, I wish we could. I wish myself most